Well, we're here today to introduce the new Lieutenant Governor for the state of Minnesota, I hope. And when I put my committee together, I had three criteria that had to be met in order for me to consider an individual for this position. First, it has to be somebody that I am convinced is ready to be governor. And I think it's only the responsible thing for a candidate for governor to make sure that their lieutenant has the knowledge, experience, and integrity to be governor. Secondly, I wanted someone who would view the world similar to me, so that if in fact he or she was required to take over the position, that the state of Minnesota would continue on the course that I would have put it on should I be elected. And finally, it has to be a person of impeccable integrity and character. Senator Michelle Benson meets all of those criteria and then some. And I'm very proud to have her here today, and I'm very proud that she has agreed to go this route with me on the campaign trail. Now, many of you know that one of the biggest problems we face in this state, as well as in this nation, is the healthcare crisis we have going on as a result of the Obamacare legislation and the MNsure healthcare exchange that was implemented in the state to put Obamacare into effect. One of the reasons that I've selected Senator Benson is since she came to the legislature in January of 2011, she has dedicated herself to trying to understand the healthcare system, figure out solutions, and find ways to improve it. So there literally is nobody to have at my side that could be better than Senator Benson in this area. And also, finally, there's been a lot of talk about how the lieutenant governor position really is ceremonial and doesn't do much, and that there have even been people who've talked about eliminating it. I would really like to be a transformational governor in this area. And I believe that if the taxpayers are putting out money to have a lieutenant governor, we should pick someone that has talent, ability, skills that can help the state of Minnesota, and we should then use it. So I have asked Senator Benson, and she has agreed to start traveling this state during the campaign to learn what concerns people have about health care and other issues, and use her expertise to help out. And I can assure you that in a Thompson administration, Michelle is going to be a huge part of helping to develop our health care policy and transform things here in this state. So I'm honored and humbled to introduce Senator Michelle Benson. I know she will make a great candidate, and more importantly, a great lieutenant governor for the state of Minnesota. Michelle.
Thank you, Dave, for putting this tremendous amount of faith in me, and I promise I will do everything I can as a candidate and as your lieutenant governor to justify the trust you're placing in me today. I love our state. My husband Craig and I grew up here, married here 22 years ago, moved up and down the East Coast during his service in the Navy, but when it was time to raise our children, we came home to Minnesota. The heritage handed down from my parents and grandparents and the hopes and dreams of my family are why I'm here today. The people of Minnesota deserve better leadership in the governor's office. Republicans have several decent, honorable men who are running for governor. I believe the only candidate who can campaign, win, and govern as a true conservative is my friend Dave Thompson. I told Dave months before I announced that I would do anything I could to help him win. I didn't realize how seriously he was going to take that promise. Dave is uniquely qualified to serve as governor, not just because he is a confident advocate for his beliefs, but because from those bedrock principles, he can and will work with anyone to fix our state. So I'm particularly excited that Dave is committed to a legislative package to put us on a path to recovery, particularly when it comes to health care. He's not waiting until he becomes governor to do so. It would be easy to introduce a bunch of bills that have no prayer of passing, make for good red meat, and talking points on the campaign trail. But that's not Dave. Instead, he is looking for ways, even now, to help Minnesotans in the face of the healthcare disaster the Dayton administration has brought us. Dave asked me to work on this legislation, and my answer was a resounding yes. That is why, when session opens, Dave and I will introduce legislation that will change the structure of the MNsure board to ensure accountability and operational oversight, strengthen the role of the Legislative Oversight Committee, return budgetary control to the legislature, repeal active purchaser provisions to ensure the broadest choice possible for MNsure users. This may not be enough for everyone, and it's not enough for Dave. But with Dave Thompson as your next governor and a Republican House, we will continue to push back on Washington's takeover of Minnesota's healthcare system until MNsure is gone. We will work on Minnesota-based solutions that make available quality care for all Minnesotans at a good value. Minnesota solutions that will stabilize our healthcare system, promote innovation, allow Minnesota families to control their choices, so if they like their plan, they can actually keep their plan. That is our promise to you today, and we'll keep that promise if you honor us with a victory in November. I would like to again thank Dave for this tremendous honor. I am proud to join this ticket and to help reclaim our state, standing up for Minnesota families. Thank you.
Prepared and paid for by the Thompson for Governor Committee.